We are recording, I believe. Yes, we are 3 seconds into the recording. And this is my 20-minute monster series. I am going to try to draw a creature from the first edition Monster Manual, Dungeons & Dragons, using a 20-minute time limit. Of course, I can delete this because I did hit record. Of course, you can find my artwork on my website, tornatkinson.com. I have a Patreon. If you've enjoyed this series and would like to see more, well, by God, by the crusty beard of Yog-Sothoth, go to my Patreon and give me $1 a month, and I will continue my weekly 20-minute monster series. We are currently on K. Last night was J, and J was for, what was J for? J was for, what the fuck did I draw last week? J was for Jeremiah the Jackalware. That's what it was. But today we're on K, and we're going to do the Kobold. What do we know about the Kobold? Well, it's 3 feet tall. Check out this drawing of the Kobold. Let me see if I can zoom in for you guys and get a nice good look at this original D&D art. Yes, Unkalar is here. Welcome, Unkalar. First edition D&D Kobold looks a little different than the later ones. Interesting story about the Kobold. But let's quickly go through the entry from the Monster Manual. The society of these creatures is tribal with war bands based on gens? Is that what that word is? Gens? The stronger tribes rule weaker ones. Kobolds are usually found in dank, dark places such as dismal, overgrown forests or subterranean settings. They hate bright sunlight, not being able to see well in it. But their night vision is excellent. And they have infrared vision, which operates well up to 60 feet. If they are in bright sunlight, they have a lesser chance to fight well. There's kobolds, number of appearing, eggs. Oh, they lay eggs. Chiefs, they might have wild boars or giant weasels as guards. They wear javelins, spears, short swords, axes, wooden clubs, and spears. Which, yeah. So that's, and shields are wood or wicker work. Interesting. So that is the first edition Kobold. Let's do what I like to do and take a look at the second edition Kobold. Zoom out a little bit here. This is Tony Ditterlizzi. One of my favorite artists from the old D&D days. A little bit different. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to read the Wikipedia entry on kobolds because they are not, they did not originate with Dungeons & Dragons, as many of you probably know. According to Wikipedia, the kobold is a mythical sprite, having spread into Europe with various spellings, including goblin and hobgoblin, right? And later taking root and stemming in Germanic mythology, blah, 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 blah. Although usually invisible, a kobold can materialize in the form of a non-human animal, a fire, a human, and a candle. The most common depictions of kobolds show them as human-like figures the size of small children. I have that here. Kobolds who live in human homes wear the clothing of peasants. Those who live in mines are hunched and ugly, and some can materialize into a brick. Kobolds who live on ships smoke pipes and wear sailor clothing. Legends tell of 3 major types of kobolds. The most commonly, household spirits of ambivalent nature. They sometimes play malicious tricks if they're insulted or neglected. And there's some famous kobolds we don't care about. Where's the ones about the mines? Yeah, here we go. The name of the element cobalt comes from the creature's name because medieval miners blamed the sprite for the poisonous and troublesome nature of the typical arsenical ores, of this metal. Cobalt cobaltite and smaltite, which polluted other mined elements. So that's the kobold. So today we're going to draw a kobold. But as someone suggested last time, we are going to draw the kobold riding the Kirin, which is the other K entry in the monster manual. So it's a 2-for-1 this week. Yeah! Here's my drawing of Zaz, the kobold monk in the D&D campaign I play on Thursdays. This was a marker drawing. Ink and marker drawing. And then this is my drawing from the D&D book Bastards and Bloodlines of some Umber Hulk hybrid beating up a bunch of kobolds. Traditional 3rd edition kobolds. So, we don't need that. We don't need that. And then, so here is the entry for Kirin. Let me get rid of this. Very rare frequency. And here's the art by David A. Trampier. Kick-ass karate kobold. Yes, indeed. Old Slow Tiger 90 is here. Lovalar is here. Welcome to the live stream. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, I live stream on Twitch TV/Torrin Atkinson. So the Kirin, or as they pronounce it in Chinese, Qilin. Qilin, I think it goes up and then it's a flat tone. It's an uppy tone on the first syllable, flat tone on the second. I could be wrong, but I think it's Qilin. And they are a race of aerial creatures whose hooves rarely touch the earth, for they dwell amongst the clouds and behind the winds. Females are never encountered. Never. And Kirin are always solitary. They sometimes aid humans if properly abjured or the need to combat evil is great. They sometimes travel the astral and ethereal planes. They have a magically sharp horn much resembling that of a unicorn. The Qilin can also attack in other ways. And of course they have spells. And they might have psionic disciplines. Yes, fascinating. They can, once per day, do each of the following. Create nutritious food for 2 to 24 persons. Create drinkable beverages for 2 to 24 persons. Create soft goods or wooden items up to 32 cubic feet of the former and 18 cubic feet of the latter, which are permanent. They can create metal items of a relatively short lifespan, up to 2,000 gold pieces in weight. And of course, they can create illusions and a bunch of other fun stuff. Yeah. So they're pretty cool. But also, they are, of course, not originally from D&D either. They are legendary hooved chimerical creature that appears in Chinese mythology and is said to appear with the imminent arrival or passing of a sage or illustrious ruler. Let's see what else I have here. Oh, this is the 2nd edition. This is not a Toner Ditcher Lizzie. This is the budget monstrous compendium Qilin drawing, which let's get rid of that. But here, there's a fun tattoo I found. I don't know. It was on a tattoo website. And of course, there's Qilin beer, as some of you may know. This is the traditional illustration, I believe, or it's a logo based on the traditional illustration. And then we have this actual tattoo, which I wanted to feature, because look at that. Look at that censored butt crack. Good times. So do we need to know anything else about the Qilin? Yeah, well, you'll notice that in D&D it's got the unicorn horn, but in the other representations, this one does kind of have a unicorn horn. But usually they have like antlers, unicorn-like antlers, or deer-like antlers, I guess. So I kind of feel like maybe I'll split the difference on this one. But let's get drawing. It is 10:14. I babbled for way too long. Sure, blue is a fine. I'm gonna waxy nib is my thing of choice. And let's any comments before we get started? The babble is why we're here, Torn. Good. All right, so it's going to be a kobold. There's Kobold's head. And it's going to be riding the Kirin. Oh, this is going to be difficult. This is my first... Oh, I forgot. So it's 10. I'm starting at 10:14. So 10:34 is the... let's see if I can make it. Probably not. This seems like a complicated... I might want to have my reference up while I do this because... yes, that's what I want. Hang on. Oh, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Let's find a good... I want a good drawing. That's sure. Okay. No, this one's better. Okay, sorry. All right. Let's see what we can do, folks. Got the eyebrows and the beard. We're going to have to do that beard thing. Never. And the dragon-like mustache. It's going to end up looking like one of my World Wildlife Federation of Justice characters. And then the kobold. Little tiny. I don't know, is he the kobold enjoying the ride? I think he is. Let's give the kobold a katana, shall we? Yes, I think the answer is yes. Kind of a long, sinewy, serpentine neck. The Kirin. They always have those weird... I don't know what they're supposed to be. They seem like they could be flames. Or... I don't know what they are. And then, let me take a look at my... No, I don't want the kobold. I want the... Yeah. He's got like a... He's like got this huge mane that goes all along the back of his body. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. I just have a big mane on that one, too. I guess I'm drawing a mane. Okay, there's going to be some kind of a mane. It's the main event. Should I give him some teeth? It looks a little weird, but okay. Let's give him some lips, too. And what is an eye? What does an eye look like? It's very... Ooh, it's very... Yeah, interesting. Got that eyebrow. All right, let's... Looks a little dopey. Looks a little sleepy. That's fine. I don't mind that. This is all hair, I guess. Let's do the kobold's head now. We will make it a traditional 2nd edition kobold. Or, sorry, 1st edition kobold. So, yeah! It doesn't look quite right, but... His head's way too big, but I kind of like that about him. He's got a... Let's give him a jaunty vest, since the original has a jaunty vest. I'm gonna fix that face. I want to see his eyes. Something like that? See? Sure. Why not? I like the big ears. It does definitely make him look more dog-like, which is kind of how they're described in the later editions. A reptilian dog. He's a happy kobold. Oh, singing karaoke. That would be something, wouldn't it? Kobold singing karaoke. Riding a Kirin. We have to pronounce it Kirin for the purposes of alliteration. Give him some scales. Let's give him little bracers, too. Why not? How are we doing for time? 10:20. I've got until 10:34. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad. And then, kind of feel like would his foot just be masked by the mane? Where does the mane start? Oh, he's got ears. Do they all have ears? They do have ears. The Kirin have ears. Okay, I gotta draw an ear then. I feel like it's a little janky. Let's do the thing that we like to do sometimes. Let's flip our canvas to see. I think what I would like to do is take this, maybe move it like there-ish. That seems a little. And then I think I might have to shrink the whole thing just a wee bit. Can we pretend the kobold is Jimmy Excalibur from Adventure.exe? We can. I don't remember what clothing he wore. That Jimmy. Here's what I want to do. I'm going to take this. I'm just going to put that maybe down here for now. Just as a little reference for myself. Do I want that one as a reference too? Am I getting too out of control? Look at the spots on his body. I mean, sure. He needs more neck. Got that. It's my first time drawing a Kirin, by the way, in case anyone is curious. Got the scales that go down there. And there's a lot of rounded edges. Let's fix that hand. Oh, I don't like the eraser brush I have. It's too... Let's get his pinky out. Like he's holding a glass of tea. A glass of tea? Let's give him a collar too. Is he too big for a kobold? I feel like we need to see at least his knee or something. I don't know. It just looks weird. It just looks like a lump. Oops. Let's see what we can do here. We need the mane. We got the ears. Maybe should his... Let's give him a little belt. Maybe that'll help to define. And then... I don't know. The problem is that big old mane. I guess we just do what we can do. Oh, I hear the dog outside. I was saying before I started recording that there's a dog here. Just for today. This is quite hard, actually. I'm trying to find a way to define all the features. That looks kind of dumb. The clock's a ticking. Let me just try something else here. Okay, that's marginally better. Let's make these dark as well. I feel like it should be coming out of a different part of his... over here. Let's try that. Okay, we got to do his body. We really got to do his body here. And then... and he's going to have the tail with all those whoosh, 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 whoosh. Cloud-like. It's like he's the stylized Chinese and Japanese clouds. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Doesn't look like much right now, but maybe in the future. Let me get rid of that guy. Is that how hooves work? Is that how legs work? Sure. Basically, I'm just copying the existing drawings now, but I'm learning as I go how to draw. Giving him the cloven hooves. Any comments in the Twitch channel? What kind of dog? It is a husky dog. It is a 2-year-old husky dog that refused to go pee last night for an hour and a half in the cold Vancouver nighttime. It was kind of annoying. Sure. Cloven hooves. Oh my god, it's 10:28. I gotta wrap this up. Let's give him some spots. Rump spots. I guess he should have another leg or something. We'll just do what we like to do, which is the vague suggestion of a leg back there. And let me move this guy over. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Hey, come on. Stop being like that. I'm going to put you up above so I can just have you as a reference. All right, we're going to do this leg. And then... maybe we'll just add some... maybe some texture or something. I think the dog is destroying whatever we have on our balcony right now. Sounds like. Alright, we're officially at time, but we're going to go a little bit over today. Just a wee bit. What color? I kind of don't want him to be blue. Let's try. Let me try this color. That might be too. Yeah, it's a little weird. But it does give him that ethereal. Okay, we'll go darker. That's fun. And then actually, before I do the whole thing, let me grab that color again, the lighter one. And what we'll do is, let me get rid of this thing here, and we'll do an underlayer. I think actually maybe even lighter. Let's try this. What can we do? What can we do that's interesting? Let me take a look at my reference materials again. Do we just... I think what we're going to do is just the highlight parts. Just give them just the hair. Just to like... It's kind of a mess, but... And then... I don't know. Does that make sense to you guys? I feel like we need to do it just a little bit more on this Kobold. Let me get back to my... Kobolds are fun, crazy... This is Unkalar, says... Kobolds are fun, crazy characters to draw. I like how he's grabbed the Kirin horn to hold on. Yes. And Takuni says, Huskies are too big and tend to do what they want. I would love a Nova Scotia duck tolling retriever. I don't know what that is. That sounds exciting. But what was I going to do? I just wanted to make this look a little bit more defined. I feel like my brush is too big now, but... And then we'll just erase some of this garbage. Oop, I erased part of his ear. Let's bring that back. Let's give him some shade in his mouth. Should we give him some... Is that too much? I think it's fine. They both got horns. But yes, as Takuni says, I only gave him the one horn. Instead of the two horns from the traditional. Like I said, I split the difference. Okay, I feel like we're pretty much done. This is it. This is the Kobold wearing a... he's not wearing anything. I was thinking about giving him a hat. I'll just clean up this. I don't really know what's happening on his chest here. It's pretty messy. But that's what happens when you have 20 minutes. Yeah. Just wanted to find his ear here and there. And I think we're going to sign it. We're done. We went over by almost 5 minutes. Tauren. Oh, that's the wrong color. Let's, I need room. I need some room. Okay. Let's shrink him down a bit. Boop, 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 boop. And this is... Let's get a different color. That's fine. This is 20-minute monster Kirin. No. Kobold plus Kirin. I'll fix that up in post. All right, so this has been 20-minute monsters Torn edition, which is really the only edition. Let's put this over. You know what I'm going to do? Before we go, I'm going to do something that I did last time after I stopped streaming. But I just want to do this one thing, and I'll show you why. Doesn't have to be nice. Just a little extra something, and then you just, like, it's almost indiscernible that it's there. Not really, but kind of. Just to help set it apart from the background. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Have a great Sunday. I'll be back next week. Next week is, what comes after J? Okay, L. L comes after. There is a shitload. I don't have my monster manual here, but I believe that there's a shitload of monsters to choose from in the L section of the monster manual. I'll be posting it in my social medias if anybody wants to take a vote for what will happen next Sunday at 10 a.m. Lich, I believe, is definitely an option. That would be fun. That would be a lot of fun. What would the Lich be wearing and carrying? Lich wearing leotards. No, lederhosen. A Lich in lederhosen, wielding lance. I don't know. We'll workshop it. Okay, I'm gonna stop streaming. Don't forget Patreon, all my social medias. Where's my thing that stops recording? And I'll see you next time.